Welcome to my next playthrough series. Yes, it's Star Wars The Mandalorian Adventures. No, I've not seen the show. I know, I'm terrible. Terrible human being. I've never seen the show. So there you have it. But we will be playing the first mission in our mission book of Star Wars Mandalorian Adventures. And we're just going to go quickly through a bunch of the setup. There's all kinds of how to setups, how to plays, playthroughs, etc. on this game. It's not too difficult. We basically need to shuffle some decks and read a little bit of a comic book story that's actually laid out in the book. Put some tokens on the board. I will be playing true solo. There's a 12-card deck for IG-11, a 12-card deck for the Mandalorian, the two suggested characters you play with for the first mission, although you don't have to. So you basically just take this deck of 24 cards, as we knock the Mandalorian over, and give them a shuffle, and we'll do that again when we draw our hand of cards. All right, let's take a look at the story in the book. It's kind of neat. And then we'll get to setup, and then probably a first turn or two. I'll explain how it all works as we play the game. All right, so the mission's basically called Bounty on Arvala 7. Like I said, I haven't seen the show. And it says, there's one job. All right, direct commission. Oh, deep pocket. I have a Kontama Baska waiting for you upon delivery of the asset. Alive. Although I acknowledge, what have we here? Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. Alright, I hope that didn't cause you too much pain. So here we have the first mission map, Bounty on Arvala 7. The characters, it says here, the Mandalorian, IG-11. As we saw the little backstory cartoon in the front. Our objective, capture the asset. Now the character is, so to do it, a character is in the asset space found on the triangular token at the end of any player's turn. So we're going to be placing these down. And the map basically shows you where to put these tokens. So these ones have a question mark, so they stay face down. I don't know which one's which. There's two of them. Triangle, boom, there they go. And then there are like squares and circles here. Some have question marks on them, some don't. If they have a question mark, they go face down. If they do not have a question mark, they go face up. And you can see here the scrambled up tokens on the board here. So we'll just put the face down circular ones here because they have question marks on them. We don't know what they are. They could be enemies. They could be what we're looking for, which is right here, the access code to this locked door. Yeah, you'll see how this works. And then, and we do use the number 1 tokens for the first mission. That's how we set it up. We'll take a closer look at a couple of these things here. I'm just going to drop these tokens down. Now, these are all face up. So when you flip them, when you put them down, there's no question mark on there. Face up. And so we see here we have a goon with a 2 health. And we're just going to be putting down a 4 melee. So ranged, sniper, ranged. And these just get set up like such. Ooh, another melee there. We have one there. We've got one there. We have one there. And we have one there. Those are all face up enemies. Lots of enemies. Okay, let's take a quick look at this. I've already explained that. And get set up quickly here and have a first turn. So we'll just jump around a couple of places on the board. That's how the game works. What our objective is, we've already seen that. Our objective is to get through this locked door and find out which one is the asset. Okay? Again, I've not seen the show. I kind of know what's going on, but whatever. I've not watched it. All right, let's look at a couple of other places, and then we'll have a first turn or two solo. All right, hope this is focusing. So our bunker access. During your action step, you may take a door control feature found on the circular tokens from your space and place it below. The door is unlocked when both are activated. So that's kind of what we're doing. So we have to unlock the door to get in there to find the asset. So there we go. All right, let's take a look at the actions we can take. All right, there are 4 actions we're going to be taking by playing cards, and they will get a random token put on them right now as part of setup. So there are 5 of these. Oops, you didn't see any. I didn't even see it. I don't even know which is which. There's 5 of these tokens. So we'll give them the old scramble up, and we're going to put 1 token on each one. So, 3 for moving, a 1 for attacking. We have a 1 on the Intel, and we also have a 2 on here. The other one's just going to go back with all the other tokens to get scrambled. I don't think we're going to be drawing any more tokens. All right, what can we do? We can move up to X number of spaces. So if we look at our card deck, there's numbers in the top left-hand corner. That will correspond to the number showing up here. So just move that number of spaces. This is deal that number of damage. Secretly look at a face down token within range of the number you're playing, and this one is draw a number of planning cards. Planning cards are these little things here. They do all kinds of funky things. You can only ever have one of the same type on your character at any one time. I'll give them a shuffle. So those are the 4 things you can do. You can have to play 2 on your turn, and the turn is over. We're playing solo, so we have both characters combined together. So there's that, and we start right here. So we're going to put IG-11 and our Mandalorian at the start space as well, which is just off camera. We've done one more thing to look at, and then I think we can begin. All right, so here is the, if we have 6 plus. So you can see here there's a 3 here, so I'll just grab a random card. Say we play 4 there. 4 and 3 is 7. So we're going to be triggering then the 6 and the 5. If we have only 5, if we played a 2 card here, we'd have 5. We would only trigger an event, an activation event. If we trigger this one, we're going to put a wound token on here. When we get 3 wound tokens placed on here, we get a reinforcement. Reinforcement comes from these randomly shuffled orange hexagon-looking tokens, and they go out where the stars are on the board. There's 2 star symbols on the board. And that's basically it. I will run through how everything works as we play. We're going to shuffle up a couple of decks, get our starting hand. Oh, I'm also playing on the standard mode, which means we get 4 cards in our hand, and we have 6 health. There's also a novice side, giving you more health. We'll play on the standard side with drawing 4 cards. You can play your super hard mode, where you only draw 3 cards for each of your turns. I don't think we're going to try that one. This is my first time playing this, so let's do it on just the standard mode. All right, back camera out. We're going to shuffle up our decks, and we're going to have a turn show you how the game operates. All right, so we're just going to shuffle up the deck. So I'm going to shuffle this one up again. And on the top of the card gives you a bit of an indication of what is going to happen for that event. All right, shuffle enough, and on the top, oh man, so ranged snipers, melee, ranged, I guess, and sniper units are all going to do something. That's not great, but it is what it is. All right, we're going to take our... So I've taken the 12-card Mandalorian, the 12-card IG-11, and put them all together. We're going to shuffle this up, and we're going to... God, these are hard to shuffle. They're just so slippery. And they're also warped. All my cards, I don't know, they're annoying. They're a little bit warped. Same with these. All of these cards are... I guess it's just the stock. It's a very thin stock. I guess you can sleeve it. I'm not going to bother. The card itself seems pretty decent quality, but the bending of them is a little bit suspect. All right, shuffling them up and throwing cards on the table because yeah. All right, 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we just ended up randomly. So that's our deck for both players as solo. They're combined. So we basically have 4 cards. We have a 1. Beskar armor. So we see here we have a 1, a 4, a 3, and a 4. Some cards have just nothing, no text or any abilities on them. Some have abilities, and some don't. So there we go. So we have a 1, a 4, a 3. Now these special abilities you see here, so this is the Intel. If we play this card on the Intel spot, you get to do this text. If you can play it on any other spot, you just won't get the text. And likewise with this one, for planning, if you play it on the planning location here, matching the planning symbol, you'll get the text. And so for a turn, you basically play 2 cards. We know what our objective is. All right, let me do a little thinking. It's probably not going to be too much. And then we're going to be playing 2 of these cards. Now, if we play the Mandalorian card, of course, we're going to be activating the Mandalorian. If we play an I want to say IG-88, IG-11 card, we're going to obviously be activating IG-11. And that's how that works. All right, let me think about this. We've got to get through all these enemies, unlock the door, and find the asset. Alright, I think we're going to start off by playing a Mandalorian action, which is a 1 here on this space. Draw planning cards. You may keep one and place it on top of the deck, discard the others. However, we are going to activate this instead. It says plan. Instead of performing this action, search the planning deck and discard pile for a 1 defend card, take it, and then shuffle the deck. So now we have a total here of 3, as you can see. So basically it just means we just go into this deck and we find a defend right on the bottom, and we take it. And the defend card basically says, when you are dealt damage, discard this to block 1 damage. Nice. And then we just give this another shuffle, I suppose, and away it goes. So instead of doing this planning action, we did the text on there because the symbol matched. That's why we were able to do it. All right, we have one more card to play. All right, we're going to have IG-11 do a little bit of intel. He's going to be spending the 4, which is going to trigger some stuff here, which is not great. However, it says secretly look at a face-down threat within range at number. So within range 4, or choose an enemy within range of that and move it 1 space. We're going to take a look at this threat token right here, and you just look at it and flip it back over. So let's see what it is. Is this something we're looking for? It is not. Ooh, it's a 5 strength melee character. Yee! Alright, we probably don't want to go that way then. That's our second card played, and there we go. That's it. That's all we're doing. So now what we do in the next step order, I should grab one of the the cards that explains to you how everything works, which is right here. Steps of a turn, action step. You must perform 2 actions, limit 1 skill card per action slot per turn. So you can't play the same action twice on 1 turn. 1 turn is playing 2 cards. Event step, for each action slot, total its strength. Well, over here we've got 3, 1. Here we have 4, 5. Here we have 3. Okay. 6 or more, resolve the crisis and then an event. Well, we only have 5 here. That's the only one that's going to trigger. Or 5, resolve an event. 4 or less, no crisis or event. So these 3 spots will have no crisis or event. This is going to have an event. And then the draw step, fill your hand of 4 skill cards, 3 for veteran difficulty. And then it says, then discard all cards and tokens from the action slot, the one that triggered. If an event card has no effect, spawn 1 reinforcement in the nearest star space. And there's 2 star spaces up here, 1 there and 1 there. Alright, so if we follow along how all that works, basically, so this 1 token and the 4 are going to be discarded, but we are going to trigger something we don't really want to trigger, but we have no choice. So it's going to happen. Alright, over we go, over here. Alright, so what's going to happen is you can see these cards all have 5+ on them. It means we had a total of 5. We didn't have 6 though, so we're not putting a token down here, which is good. That this is going to mean not many reinforcements coming out, because if we can avoid doing this, we'll avoid reinforcements. However, we have to play this card. This is an event card. I guess we'll put that there in the discard over here. And what do we have for an event card? Engage! So 1 melee unit will move 3 spaces. That's it. 1 ranged unit will move 2 spaces, and 1 sniper will move 1 space. So this is all about the moving. So they're moving towards us. I don't believe that's attacking. It's just moving. Attacking is a different symbol. So what it means, I guess, basically, is we're going to have, and we get to choose which one. I believe you can choose which one. I'm going to check the rules. I don't think you have to do the closest. I think you can pick any one of these particular icons and do the action on the card. Alright, we're going to do that. We're going to go to the main map and have some enemies activating. Alright, so the gist of this card is all the enemies are going to move, and yes, we get to pick which one moves. So this one here, we can pick 1 melee enemy, and you go top to bottom. 1 melee enemy is going to move 3. They're both in the same space, so they're going to move 3. Now, we don't want to pick this one. It's going to go 1, 2, 3. Although we could. It doesn't really matter. Why don't we pick this guy? 1, 2, 3. No, we're not within range. You know, we will pick this guy. He's just going to go 1, 2, 3. Now, he's not going to attack us. He's just going to move in the same space. And our next turn, we could attack him and potentially knock him out, get rid of him. All right, we can choose 1 ranged to move 2. So let's get this ranged. Oh, that's a sniper. We're sniper, we're a ranged sniper. Wow, so these are the ranged guys. They're going to move 2. Let's have this one get off. No, let's have the one go 1, 2 to here. He's trying to move towards us. Can't go across this red bordered space. And the orange hex lines, you can't move through them. You can use range through them, shoot through them. And there's a little ladder here, so they have to go out this way if they move. Okay, that was that one moving. Unless we want to move... No. That's the ranged person moving. Now we have one sniper is going to move 1 space. So our sniper is here and here. You know what? Let's have this sniper move right there 1 space. Okay, and that's it for our event card. They've all moved, but there's been no attacking going on. Now, I do think, because we've done setup and everything, I think I'm going to leave it off there for today for our introductory episode. So, oh, and that's the end of the turn. Obviously, we need to drop 2 more cards, and they're both IG-11. So IG-11 is going to be our star next episode. So we have a 3, a 1, a 4 Mandalorian, and a calculated risk. Deal yourself a damage. Perform a free 3 strength action of your choice, even if you already performed the action. He could do 3, he could do 2 attacks. Oh no, that's only if he plays it on Intel. Alright, okay, we'll figure that out next episode. So this is the Mandalorian Adventures. We're doing mission 1. We're trying to get through the locked door, so we have to reveal these tokens. If you land on a space with the token, it flips over, and you can see how we can use Intel or to see what these tokens are. And that's going to be it. So thanks so much for watching on. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. The Mandalorian Adventures, we're doing mission 1, which is Bounty on Arvala 7, and no, I've not watched the show. Anyway, I hope you join me tomorrow for the continuation.